This is the perfect day to garden on the windowsill because I'm not going out in that. It's cold and it's wet. Besides, all I can do right now is fill hummingbird feeders. My goodness, every weekend it just pours for days. And it gets cold. Isn't this cool? Real quick, look at this. I have a baby bush zucchini. Isn't that cute? Bush baby. I've got a tomato growing. That's a cutting. You know about my rosemary. These are tree collards. Lettuce I'm growing. Got to get that outside. This is a shark fin melon. I've got mushroom plants, peppers growing in here that need to be transplanted. I got all kinds of stuff growing through here. More tomatoes up there. And in here, I'm out of the rain. Of course, I'm not out of the rain much because I have to keep running outside to fill all the feeders. So let me tell you what's going on. So many outdoor projects I had going. My deck, my plants, hummingbird feeders, a special fountain, and all it does is rain. So I guess we have to wait for another day. So we have another lazy day. Well, it's not lazy. Look, that feeder's empty already. The hummingbird's gonna check it out and say, oh, no food. Hey, watch. Nope, no food, he's gone. I gotta get that filled. I've got the window. Those are a ton of Orioles hanging out there. I so wanted to get that fountain because I think you're gonna be so excited when you see that fountain. I just can't believe it's like, I don't remember ever. I asked Gary, she doesn't either. What's going on? That we've had this much rain. It's not a matter of this much. Yes, we've gone through years where we've had a lot of rain, but it's like a couple days of sunlight, and then all of a sudden it rains again for days. Then we have more sunlight. We think, oh, wow, we're in Southern California. Then it rains again for a few more days. This has been just repeating itself for months. And I just can't believe it just keeps raining. I've never seen that much rain. But anyways, in a few days, this is just kind of a recap what's going on. I'll get you how I use the kitty litter because, oh my gosh, I love the kitty litter. I've got to get my tomatoes planted and everything. I could sit under here and do it, but it's cold. It's probably about 50 degrees. That's cold for me. I'm going to have to move my tomatoes because they're going to flood out there on my new stand. That's working fantastic. See how the hummingbirds can go under that? That's got the irrigation tubing and some tomato stakes and then a flag, and that's all they need, and they can stay out of the rain. Oh, it's starting to come down heavier. And then you've seen all that, and I'm going to get so many of those clothes racks out because they're fabulous. I'm going to be hanging all kinds of plants on them, hummingbird feeders, bird baths, when the weather changes. When we have a true spring. We've got so much to do, but all in all, little by little, I start to work and then it just starts to pour again. So I've got my lettuce down there, all my new stands. What else do I have out here? Look at this. We've moved everything. It just rains. I did uncover my lettuce down there that I made the video the other day. I figured, well, might as well get some splashing rain, and it doesn't need to be covered from the sun, does it? We haven't seen sun in a couple days already. So I don't know, but that is sunny California for you. We have really changed. But wait till you see that fountain, because that fountain is something like I have never made before. I don't even want to get into it because it's not what you think. There's no solar panel on that. We're going to talk about that. So we'll talk about that in a few days. Oh, that hummingbird was going to try to get in the house. And then we'll get to a whole lot of things. I want to talk about planters. I want to talk about 2 systems because we're going in the gardening. Great question on, I could even talk about, I don't have it in front of me, but you asked about planting an orange tree in very bad soil. That is for, let's say bad soil for orange trees. And I'm going to tell you right now, let's answer this for you. Yes, you dig the hole, get some compost and good matter in there, cover it back. And then I'll tell you the next thing to do is get some totes or buckets, especially a tote, 18 gallons. And you start composting in that tote on the ground right next to the tree, where when you water the tote, it goes into the tote and out the tote to the soil. And that is how I grew all my big papayas for all those years with massive papayas in my bird garden, because I had totes by each. Papayas are technically not a tree, it's a plant, but let's call them for now a tree. right next to the tree. It will feed the tree. It will bring earthworms and microbes to where the tote is. I hope you can understand this. If you can't, I can go back and do a video on it. And then what you do is just leave it and then compost in there periodically. You can grow in there if you want, but when you water the tote, that's got all that matter, kitchen scraps, leaves, whatever you put in there, it will leach out of the tote into the ground. It will feed that orange tree or any tree you want to plant, and then it will just burst. It will just take off and grow, and you'll get so much fruit out of it. Gary has done it with his papayas. I think he's moved the tote since, but you can get a lot of trees started that way. The earthworms will gravitate. If there's any around, they'll go under the tote because it will be the perfect living conditions for them. And yes, you can grow by adding a tote next to any plant that's struggling, and it generally will give it all that it needs. So let's just say in the next few days, hopefully I'll be able to do a garden tour. I don't know. I really don't know. If I don't do a garden tour, I'll come up with something else. It's going to be a busy week for us too, but we'll figure something out. The deck is coming along. I've got all this broccoli. I've got tomatoes plant, peas growing everywhere. And I started my peas. You can't even see them in paper cups with kitty litter and a little bit of soil, and they're growing like mad. But now I got to spot them around. And I just said, every time I come out here, I think, nah, I can wait. And why do I wait? Some of you say, what are you waiting for? The point is, here in Southern California, when you plant a seed at the right time, in a few days it comes up and you see it like that. The next day it's like that. And then within about a week, it is just taking off. If you plant it now, like what's going on, I can't even walk over there. In my tote, I've got a squash that came up. It started to grow really good, and now it stopped. Because again, our nights are like 48 degrees. Too cold, and then it's just sitting there vulnerable for a snail, a roly-poly, or some insect or bird to eat it, because it's going to go basically dormant until the weather warms up. So yes, I can cover it with plastic, I could baby it, you could do all kinds of stuff. But I have found here, I look back, that if I get my basic plants planted by June, they will just take off and grow because they only need a few months. And with watermelon, I have planted watermelon, and I have had watermelon to eat in 30 days. I know they say 60, I don't know. When the time is right, all it wants to do is grow and produce. So I've had our first watermelon in 30 days. So you have to do what's good for your area, your climate, your microclimate, your yard, your garden. But here I know when it comes to vegetables, I can wait and be patient, get them started in the house and baby them. Because putting them outside, like I said, they're just sitting there vulnerable for insects to come eat them because they don't have that vigor to grow because the weather's not right. So I'm going to go in. Zoe already left. She's disgusted. Got Orioles all over, hummingbirds all over, and I've got to go finish. Yeah, I got to do some of these feeders here that have to be filled again because they're emptying them so fast. Today I've gone through quite a few gallons of food because, again, it's hard for them to find a lot of food when it's raining this hard. If you look around, you don't even see flowers. Sometimes you'll see a lot of flowers on the hillside. So there's some, you got some mustard, and even look at the tree, and you can barely see it, but that is a beautiful, there's 3 orange trees there. See how the leaves are drooping over the flowers? It's so hard for them to get nectar and pollen out of them right now because they're just sopping wet. So that's why they're coming here to feed. So I'm gonna go back, take care of the birds, wish everybody a wonderful day, and keep an eye out because when that fountain comes out, I think a lot of you are going to find tips on that you needed because you couldn't use the fountains that I were making. But that one, I think you're going to be able to use. And you're going to go, wow, because I was excited this morning with that too. Just setting it up, and it took seconds. With that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. I still wish I could grow sugar. Bye-bye, everybody.